Hey Welby, my name's Kyle. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you could do today to bring in more high quality HVAC jobs to your business. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, all right, man, why would some marketing guy be doing this for free? And what's the catch, right? Here's the deal. Most HVAC guys are out there way too busy running calls, doing jobs to really understand how the internet works. And honestly, man, you've probably been through your fair share of marketing experts who really don't understand anything about your business. So what I found is that by giving HVAC guys a free blueprint of actual things they can take and implement, some of them end up saying, you know what? I like you, Kyle, dude. Just handle the technical stuff for me so I could just focus on what I do best. All right. So by the end of this video, you could see that I have the technical know-how to get you more service calls and jobs. Then just shoot me a message back and we can chat. Okay. Or if you want to take this free blueprint and tackle it yourself, that works for me too. All right. But now let me jump in and show you 3 things you could do to set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. Okay. So the first thing we're going to start off with here is content. Now, most business owners, they know they need content on their front page, but typically don't know how much or what the right content is. Okay. So to give you a better look in terms of what that should look like is I'm going to show you your biggest competitor here in Greeley, which is Greeley Furnace Company, who's currently stealing most of those high quality jobs because they're ranking at that top spot. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to see how many people or how many words are on their front page. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, okay, Kyle, that's cool, but why are you doing that? All right. Well, typically to rank number 1 and qualify for those high quality jobs, that you want to have at least around 1,500 words on your front page. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all the words that they currently have here from top to bottom. We're going to go to a word counter here, paste it in. And it looks like right now they have a little bit over 1,600 words, which is actually really solid. Okay. Pretty cool. All right. Now let's go and check out your site here and let's see how you are matching up in terms of wording. Okay, so let's try to, it won't let me copy from this section, so let's try to copy here from top to bottom. Let's go back to the word counter here, paste it in, and it looks like right now you guys have about 641 words. Okay, now what does this mean? This actually isn't a bad thing, man. This literally means your competitor is beatable by just putting a little bit more effort with their content, okay? Now, there's this tool I use. It's called Ahrefs. All right, it's a few $100s a month. But essentially what it does is it gives me the behind-the-scenes details of exactly what Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And what we're going to do is we're going to see what you actually show up here for, man, when people are searching for HVAC services here in the area. Okay, so we'll start with Greeley Furnace Company first. We're going to put their website in here. We're going to go to keywords. Now, by the way, what is a keyword? It's basically what people are typing into Google. Okay, so as you can see, they're showing up on the top spot or the front page for HVAC Greeley, furnace repair Greeley, ductless mini splits Greeley, air conditioning inspections, right, and many, many, many more. And if you look at the traffic here, do you see how it says, 58, 30, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20? So they're getting at least around 200 to 500 people just in Greeley alone clicking on their website and looking for their HVAC services specifically, which is actually really cool. Okay. Now let's go down and check out your site and let's see what you're showing up here for when people are searching for HVAC. So I just put your website in here and it looks like you guys are showing up for about 11 keywords, and that's HVAC Greeley, ductless mini splits Greeley, Greeley AC repair, and a few more. Okay. But if you look a little bit more closely to this, obviously it says 11 keywords, but you're actually realistically only showing up for about 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. The rest of these are actually showing up as lost, which means to Google, you're actually showing up as spam. You're not showing up at all. Okay. And for the words that you actually are showing up for, you're showing up on the 9th, 11th, 12th, 30th position, which means if anything, you're on like the 3rd page of the Google list or like the 10th page of Google. All right. Another way I could tell is if you look at the traffic, you're getting maybe 8 people clicking on your website every month. So do you see the difference here? This is the importance of getting your online presence done correctly. Okay, so if you want to start claiming more high quality jobs and outrank your competition here in the area, then you want to have at least, in this case, about 2,000 words on your front page with, importantly, the right keywords. Okay, super, super key to claiming those high quality jobs. All right. Now, the second thing I'm going to show you here is going to be citations. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, dude, what is a citation? Why does it even matter? Right? Well, typically when anybody searches anything on Google, let's just say, for example, HVAC Greeley, right? There's actually research done from Google that about 40% of people are going to click right here on this map pack. And you see how A1 Heating is currently showing up number one, even though they don't even have the most reviews. This is not because of their reviews, okay? It's not because they have a big company or pretty pictures on there or anything like that. It's because they have the most citations, all right? Now, what are those? That is your business name, address, and phone number listed consistently across the internet. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, okay, Kyle, that's cool, but how do I get those, right? Well, what you want to do is you want to post your business name, address, and phone number in industry-related directories, okay? This could be like, Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, Yahoo Local, right? These are all directories you want to be in. And your competitors are currently in more of these than you guys are. So to get into the game, you want to be in at least 300 or 400 directories to show Google in the areas you serve that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC. And when you do show up on the top spot in the map pack, then we actually add about 50 to 100 more directories. So once you're there, it takes your competitors a long time to catch back up, okay? So super, super important to get this dialed in. And now that you know how to, let me show you the real moneymaker, all right, which will be backlinks. Now, why do I say that? Because again, 40% of people are going to click on this map pack. But actually about 60% of people are going to click on one of these first few websites that they see, okay? And when I search for, HVAC Greeley, repair, installation, really anything like that, I don't really see you guys pop up here at all, okay? Kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier. So to get into the game, you're going to need backlinks, okay? That's other relevant websites linking back to your website. It's kind of like online referrals, okay? And the more relevant that site is that links back to you, the better. For example, let's say, you have a local blog page or maybe even an industry site linking back to you, then that's perfect. That's amazing. But obviously, if you're an HVAC guy and you have, McDonald's linking back to you, that ain't so great, right? Because you don't sell burgers. So let's go ahead and go back to Ahrefs here and let's see what backlinks your competitor currently has that's getting them to that top spot, okay? So I'm gonna click on backlinks here. And it looks like right now they have about 257 backlinks, which is actually pretty beatable, to be honest. But again, how do we get these? How do we beat them? Well, essentially what we do is you just go down this entire list of links and match the same exact links for your business or your website. So that way you guys show up at that number one spot, okay? So I want you to understand at this point, claiming more high quality jobs, outranking your competition, no matter how big they are, and showing the areas you serve you're the authority. It isn't some magic trick, man. There's no genie flying around Google or anything like that. It's literally just a method. But, I'm sure you probably don't care that much about more website traffic, right? You care about growing the business, right? Helping your family, your team. So let me show you what this means for your guys' bottom line by actually getting this done, okay? So I did a bit of research, and by the way, this entire breakdown, this is literally just for the city of Greeley alone. This is counting any other city in Colorado, okay? And in Greeley, there's actually over 1.7 thousand people searching for HVAC services every single month, okay? 1.7 thousand potential customers. Okay, now let's do some conservative math, some very conservative math, and let's just say only, 5% of those people are even convertible, okay? That would mean an extra 85 potential book jobs for your company every month, okay? Now let's say you go out there, you take those calls, you do the estimates, and let's say you close, 40% of those jobs, right? That would mean an extra 34 closed and booked jobs for your company on a monthly basis. What would this mean for you, man? In terms of growing the business, right? Maybe, hiring more guys, keeping them busy year round, right? In terms of revenue, right? So this ain't some pie in the sky thing. This is exactly what happens when HVAC guys get their online presence done correctly, all right? So just to recap what we covered today, first thing is going to be content. So you want to have at least around 2,000 words on your front page with the right keywords. Second thing is going to be citations. So you want to be in at least 300 to 400 directories to rank above your competition. And lastly is going to be backlinks, right? Meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to yours to show Google in the areas you serve that you are the number one choice when it comes to HVAC. And if you implement this, you will be number one. I'm sure you're probably thinking like, dude, I'm a business owner, right? I'm a contractor. I'm not some computer geek, right? Well, look, you can be number one, take this free blueprint, tackle yourself, and I'm totally cool with that. Or if you want to take the most effective route and save yourself some time, then you can just reply right back to this message, okay? Again, my name's Kyle. I live right here in Colorado, so I even love to meet you in person. But if it's easier, just reply back to this message. My number is 719-396-1510. But at the very least, I hope this is educational for you guys. Showed you a few things you can implement right now to start claiming more high quality jobs and outrank your competition, okay? So at the least, just give me some feedback on this video. Let me know how I did. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Get out there and we'll talk soon.